All right, peace, peace, peace. First and foremost, hopefully the Most High in your house shall is blessed you all day. By His mercies you aren't consumed. We're alive in the Most High in your house shall's body. And two, we're naturally alive, man. And I want to get into this, man, because I was reading Proverbs 11 earlier, man, and um, yeah, man, I was always curious, like the whole thing with you know, it's just it's just going into how I was curious when I first got into word, like the whole Jericho thing and Joshua account, man. But it's just all going to how he like on like how we're dealing with the same God pretty much, man. And this is like because I was curious, like why did they like did that and they shouted at the end, but pretty much what that was going into is like Exodus 14 and 14, hold your peace and the Lord will fight with you, man. And but also too, like it's just kind of like how like kind of on earth as it is in heaven, kind of what we talked about the other day with the rainbow thing, man. And we're gonna see this, man, because also too the whole Joshua. Be honest, man. Hopefully, like Lord willing, like uh when we get done talking about this, man, the whole Joshua account and things and that's on earth as in heaven, but also too that's all lining up being like that whole account had to deal with like being sons and daughters of God, being sons of God, and also to the resurrection, man. That's just is what it is, man. Because let's get this in Proverbs 11, man. It's kind of like let's just get it real quick, man. Let's get into it. Proverbs 11, Proverbs 11, chapter 10. Yeah, so it says, when it goeth well with the righteous, you have the faith of the righteous, the city rejoiceth, and when the wicked perish, there is shouting. So see, it says when it goes well with the righteous, the city rejoices, and when the wicked go there for the perish, there is shouting. Yeah, man. So I kind of think it's crazy because I was like, the reason why I'm talking about this, and I saw this verse because on my way back to on my way home from work the other day, I was thinking about the Bills or that old song, but it's the Bills theme song. Like Buffalo Bills, it's like you wouldn't make me want to shout. Y'all probably heard that song before, so I don't know why it came to my mind the other day. Also, too, when I was playing Madden, my homie the other day. That's why I actually good just even though Madden's not like what it used to be, but I actually like the old man. I mean, I played the newer Maddens here and there, but Madden kind of died off to me after like the 2011 one or like kind of the 2010. It kind of died off then, but that's just me. But yeah, so they actually had the song, the Buffalo Bills song, because I was playing my homie. I was playing with the Eagles, and he played with the Bills. And when he scored a touchdown, they had that song. So y'all probably heard the song before, but I might put it on here. I don't know. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's read this again. It says, when it goeth well with the righteous, the city rejoices. And when the wicked perish, there is shouting. So yeah, let's get this too. Let's go to Job real quick, man. Because it all goes into being the son of God, sons and daughters of God, man. Like, as far as the righteous shouting. Because what is shouting? That's part of what? Like, praising, man. That's just is what it is as well, man. Because like even Jackson 5 had a song back in the day. Let's dance, let's shout. So what's it dancing, shouting this aspect as far as righteous in the word praising, man. So that's is what it is, man. But this all lines up with that, man. Let's grab Job chapter 38 and verse 7. It says, yep, it says, because this is when he's the Most High is questioning Job right here. But yeah, and here's the thing about we're going to get it. Job chapter 38 and verse 7. It says, when the morning stars sang together, and all the sons of Yahweh, sons of Most High, sons of God, shouted for joy. So yeah, exactly. And what are those stars? The same stars like, that what you call them that he said in Genesis. Stars are pretty much the sons and daughters of God, man. The sons of God right there, man. That's is what it is, man. So it says when the morning star sang together, and all the sons sons of Yahweh shouted for joy. And that's why Isaiah 14 calls like says son of the morning, man. It's talking about like Isaiah 14 is talking about Yahweh, man, because Yahweh is Lucifer, the light bearer, man. Like that's why he's the day star, man. He's the ultimate star, and we're being sons and daughters of here, you're gonna be stars as well. That's what he said to Abraham back in Genesis, man. But it's all ties up with that, man. That's why they even shouted in Jericho, because that's what that was about, man. So it says it says when the morning stars sang together, all the sons of Yahweh, sons of God, shouted for joy. So yeah, man. So that's is what it is. So let's go to Joshua chapter 6 real quick, man, because yeah, man. Joshua 6:19. Let's start at verse 19. It says, but all the silver and gold and vessels, brass and iron are consecrated unto the Lord, and they shall come into the treasury of the Lord. Yeah. So yep. All the stuff is being made holy. But so verse 20, man, because this is when the wicked was coming and wicked was about to perish, man. And this whole verse is going to Yahushua as well again on the cross, but that's something here or there. But it says, so all the people shouted, and when the priests blew the trumpets, and it came to pass when the people heard the sound of the trumpet, the people shouted with a great shout when the wall fell down flat. And so all the people went up in the city, every man straight before him. They took the city. Exactly, man. So that's is what it is. So that's what's that akin to? After this wicked kingdom, come 2 Ezra 6 and 9, and Babylon falling, man. All that stuff, the son of perdition, sin and death, Satan, all that stuff is overcoming. Now it's that's why it says in Revelation there'll be a great shout again, or we about to get into Thessalonians as well, man. That deals with this is going to a lot right here. But let's get to Joshua chapter 6 verse 20 again. It says this. So then, because this is when the wicked perishing, when they came into Jericho, man. It says So the people shouted with the priests and blew trumpets, and it came to pass when the people heard the sound of the trumpet, the people shouted with a great shout, and the wall fell down flat. So then the people went to the city, every man was straight before him, and they took the city. So yeah, exactly, man. So it kind of lines up with kind of now Daniel that says the saints will take the kingdom, man. That shoot the inward kingdom, then the physical kingdom will come, man. But yeah, man. So is what it is right there. So let's go first Thessalonians real quick, man, because it's talking about being the sons of God, sons and daughters of God, but also too it's going to the resurrection as well. And notice this how this is how on earth as in heaven, just like they did in Joshua, on earth, this happens in heaven as well, man. Because it's that's why I think the word, I forgot where it's at, in the word, this how our forefathers, our ancestors, before in Jericho, they can pass the land. This is what Yahushua did, Yahushua, and Most High Yahushua and the angels are doing now. They can pass in the earth, but when it's time, they're going to take it and give it back. Yahushua is going to rule it, for a day, then he's going to give it to the Father, man, taking it back to the beginning in the place of pleasure in the Garden of Eden. But that's neither here nor there. But First Thessalonians chapter 4 verse 16. It says, "For the Lord Himself shall descend from heaven with a shout." So see, notice how it says the Lord Himself. So it's talking about just like the first Yahushua son of Nun, Joshua, the second Yahushua, second Yahushua is going to do the same thing. Because Yahushua was leading. Joshua, Yahushua, son of Nun, or Joshua was leading the way during that time in Jericho. And so now, Yahushua doing the same thing. Second Yahushua is doing the same thing, man. But it's doing this time is in the heavens, man. So here's that on earth as in heaven dichotomy, man. So it says, "For the Lord shall Himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, with the trump of Yahweh, and the dead in Christ shall rise first." So yeah, it's still going. This is going into a resurrection. So pause, right? How did Joshua even enter, and the people that were with him, or his generation, him and Caleb in that generation? How did they? Well, mostly Joshua and Caleb as well, but how did they even enter into the land? Right? It was through faith, man. So just like that, through faith, believing that now with the second Yahushua, or it's through faith as well, man. Believing on Him as the Scripture has saved, man. Living according to promises, and of course with the instruction, the law, statutes, commandments, obedience to that. That's how you get it, man. So it's the same thing, man. It's all mirroring each other, man. Like Psalms 85 says, the word kisses together, but it says, "For the Lord Himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of an archangel, with the trump of Yahweh, and the dead in Christ shall rise first." So see, exactly, man. So that's what it is, man. So let's go to Revelation real quick, chapter 18, man, because it's all the same thing. That's how you know we're dealing with this, like, the same God, man. Like, and it's what I love about this, man. It's like, your favorite movie or TV show or video game, anime. It's like the same with the scriptures, man. It's the same motif. It's the same thing, but whether it's righteously or wickedly, the same spirit, whether it's righteously or wickedly, but it's different people in it, different people doing the same thing, man. So, yeah, man. It's a reoccurring theme, man. But let's get this revelation real quick, man. And that's why 7 trumpets in Revelation, because what happened with in Jericho during the time of Joshua, man, it's the same thing. Revelation chapter 18 verse 2, it says, and he cried with a mighty voice, saying, he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen. Is become the habitation of devils, and they hold every foul spirit in a cage, every unclean and the hateful bird. So yeah, exactly, man. So that is what it is. So it says with a strong voice. So that's another like shout, man. That's what it is. Now it's it's an unclean bird. That kind of he said my people's like a speckled bird. That kind of has me thinking there. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, man, that's just is what it is, man. So hopefully, yeah, man. This all ties into being sons and daughters of the Most High Yahweh, man. That shout, that praise, that reverence, man. But notice how it says, man, when the go through with the righteous, the city rejoices. And the city did rejoice after it was taken, man, because of wicked perish. He said when the wicked perish, they're shouting. That's why we read in Jericho and Babylon, and of course when Babylon falls and when Yahushua comes back, he's come back with a shout, man, because that's when the wicked perish. But and that wicked perish, that's going to something else. I want to get, Lord willing, we're gonna do another talk about this again with this verse, man. But yeah, man, this is what it is, man. Like I don't know, man. Like I remember watching Kenan and Kel. They sang that song too. I gotta figure out who sang that song. You make me want to shout. I know it's a Buffalo Bills theme song. Like because for the Eagles it's Fly Eagles Fly. For the Commanders, the Redskins or Commanders now, it's Hail to the Redskins. That's their fight song. Because each team has a fight song, but I don't know all of it. But that's the fight song for the Bills. But yeah, you would make when we want to shout. But I was thought about that when I read the verse, even the other day on my way back to work. But yeah, man. But this is all that's going into, man. Like when the wicked perish, there's a shout, and that's praise, man. There's a sigh of relief, man, because that's why Proverbs 29:2 says, listen, let's get it real quick. Proverbs 29:2 says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth the rule, the people mourn. So see, that's why it says in Proverbs 11, when the wicked perish, there's a shout because people are relieved. This was like Lion King, man. I saw Mufasa a few months ago. It's like that whole Lion King second is really second Edge 6 and 9, but it's the whole thing. Because notice how when Scar got in power, man, the land was mourning. The people, the land, all the agriculture, the resources, it was all mourning. It was all black. But notice how it was when it got to his when the land got to his rightful owner, the rightful king, it was all refreshed. It was the people were happy and enjoy, at peace. So yeah, it sounds similar, right? That's second Edge 6:9. So when Yahushua, comes back in Jerusalem with the land now, it's defiled, like Ezekiel says, it's going to be inhabited. Let's get that, man. It's the same thing, man. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse I think it's what is it? Ezekiel chapter, is it 7? Yeah. I think Ezekiel 7 verse 21. It says Ezekiel 7 verse 21. And I'll give I'll give it to the hands of the strangers for prey, and the wicked for the to the wicked of the earth for spoil, and they shall pollute it. And that's why the land is polluted. Now it's just that's what I'm saying. Plus our people are still over there, and plus if y'all brothers and sisters, y'all ever want to move there, there's nothing wrong with that. It's not like now, but I'd rather go like when the Most High House shot's there, man. Going back when it's a place of pleasure, like that's me, honestly, man. I don't really have no. I mean, it would be cool to go there and have it like trip there, but it's like now, why would I? It's desolate, it's polluted. Like why would I? Those Edomites, those Amalek, those they there. It's like so it is what it is, man. And that's why what it is too. I seen a reel the other day, and that's how like you could be a stranger in your homeland. How Yahushua was a stranger in the homeland, or sometimes like and when it was occupied by somebody else. Because I remember actually it was like a year or two ago. I seen a sister like she was Israelite, like and she was like she was a real. Like, it was a real, and she was talking about, like, oh, I like just how it's, like, diverse here. I was just looking like, dang, she don't even know that's her homeland right there. But also, that's why they was making fun of Whitney. They made fun of Whitney and Bobby and Whitney, when they came there. And I remember it was, on VH1 and stuff like that. And it's like, some of our people other people was, like, making fun of her. It's like, no, Whitney was right. She wasn't tripping. She wasn't on high then drugs. No, she knew who that was her land. So like she know that where she came from. So yeah, man, that's just neither here nor there, man. But hopefully hopefully this was edifying. Like honestly, that's why it was a whole same thing too. Again, because the whole Kanye and Kyrie thing, like that's not really nothing new. Because because at the end of the day, the people in power, they don't really care. It's once you start preaching Yahushua and just believing on Yahushua. I mean, do the people, does Esau and these other nations want us to, they don't really care if we know that, but they really don't they don't really want the, I don't want to say they don't want us to know, they don't really care about it like that, but it's not really like, they don't like it per se, but that whole Kanye and Kyrie thing, man, that was nothing new as well, but it got heightened because of the era that we live in, and also too a little prophecy unfolding, but it got heightened because they did the same thing to Whitney when she to figure out like who she was pursuant to scripture. She was the people of the book. She was Israelite, and they made fun of her as well, but not on the highest level because there was no social media like that, like back in the early 2000s, late 92 or 2000s when she whatever, but. Because I think her and Bobby Brown got baptized in Jordan River, I believe. But yeah, it's just the same thing, man. But hopefully it's edifying, man. Yeah, man. Much love to y'all brothers and sisters. So peace.